What's up, Parrot Heads? Welcome to Coming Monday, a podcast about Jimmy Buffett, where we dive into the myth, the mirth, and the music of James William Buffett, one song at a time. I'm your host, Mike Postelakis, and with me is my co-host, Caleb Sandoon McCraw. Caleb, how's it going, buddy?
Going good.
Good. Awesome. Well, you got anything to talk about?
I had ice cream for breakfast this morning.
Woo! What flavor?
It was a caramel cone from Haagen-Dazs.
That's I not that I'm condoning ice cream for breakfast, though I've done it many times. That's a dessert. That's a dessert one. I mean, that's perverse what we just did.
I got Walmart delivery early this morning, and I remember I got it on the Walmart delivery, and I was like sitting there, and I was like, I mean, it's there. It's already out. What's the point?
Oof. Probably like nice and kind of soft already from the drive over. Mm-hmm. Because like it
was a tough decision to make, but I made that decision
because I could like rationalize like a pistachio being like that's a morning treat maybe, you know, like,
treat. Oh man,
Haagen-Dazs, right?
Haagen-Dazs,
that's your brand.
Yeah,
what's
European? I feel like they have more respect.
What is your favorite Haagen-Dazs?
I like the Leche del Leche, whichever one's the caramel with the caramel in it.
Mm-hmm. There used to be I had a girlfriend once who worked at a Haagen-Dazs.
Henry Rollins worked at Haagen-Dazs.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
She was getting hit on too much and she quit. But
nice.
I think she only worked there a week. And then the guy, like, I remember hounding her, like. Phone call, like she had clearly quit, and they were like, "Are you coming? You got to come in. What are you doing?"
The manager did this. I thought, it was
the manager.
Customer. I was like, "This is crazy." I was like, "That's insane."
You know what's?
I was like, "That's like she could have legally stopped that." Like,
yeah. Do you know what? It's such a terrible idea because it's the same story. It's that story every time, which is. Have you ever seen those like coffee shacks? Where the baristas are all like basically strippers. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's like when they like wear bikinis or something like that. I've seen that too.
Yeah, they all wear bikinis. And I came across once when we were on tour with the band I was in, and I remember the guitar player of the band was like, "I'm gonna go get some coffees. You guys want any?" And he was gone forever. And I was like, "What's taking him so long?" And I like walked up to him, and he was just standing there like shaking his head, laughing to himself. And I looked over. And it was just a girl in lingerie making us coffee. And I was like, what's going on here? And like, they had like a list of the times of when the girls would be working. And then, like I said, every time you read about any of these, it's some crazy guy is like stalking the girls.
Yeah.
It's like such a terrible. It was also terrible coffee.
Well, the coffee is not really why people go.
Yeah, but I needed a cup that morning.
Yeah,
but like also like that's not when you're making coffee. I don't know if you were at a barista job. You kind of want to be fully clothed.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of hot liquid and steam and milk and stuff like shooting everywhere. Like you're going home with some burn marks.
Hey, we appreciate their sacrifice. You know.
Sure. Shout out to Lindsay in Spokane, Washington.
Shout out to Crystal.
Have you ever been to a Bennigan's?
No. The only reason I know what that is because of South Park.
Yeah. What do they do on South Park?
There's in Butter's very special episode or whatever, his parents go to Bennigan's for their anniversary. That's always what I remember. I guess it's like an Applebee's or a TGI Fridays.
Yeah, it's like an Irish Applebee's.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's got a little Irish.
An Irish Applebee's? How would that work? Applebee's already sounds like it would be Irish.
Yeah, that would be. I don't know. I mean, I remember liking it back in the day. I was the reason I brought it up. Before I came over here, I watched a video about how they tanked and went out of business.
Dude, there's a guy. Have you guys seen that? Aiden, have you seen that? There's this dude on YouTube. It's called Company Man. He just literally makes. Was it that guy?
No, it was Weird History Food.
Weird History, because there's a guy who.
I've seen that guy.
Yeah,
I've seen that guy too. But there's a guy, he makes these ones just about like different companies. Like he's done them on like Blockbuster and like Culver's, just like all these different companies that are like either really big or like don't exist anymore.
Yeah,
and they're pretty fascinating just to read about. businesses that were huge at one point and then just fail are so funny. Like that's why Blockbuster is just hilarious because you can tell they never thought like this will ever.
Oh yeah, they were kings.
They could have been a streaming service. Like they could have, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd love to talk to somebody who was high up there. Like what was the thought process? Like when Netflix came on the scene? Because at first, I mean, Netflix was offering the same.
They just
thing.
mail you videos. Yeah.
Right.
I remember my dad worked. I think he worked the factory he worked at was like when I remember he got laid off. I think they made film. Like that was like a thing that they did. And I was like, we used to joke about that. It's like, it's so funny for them to be like, did you hear they're doing the thing where you can just order stuff on the internet? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. Man, the video store, you're both definitely too young for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember going a few times when I was like,
Oh, really?
yeah. Well, I'm small town.
Well, I mean, like
I feel
yeah, I
Well,
remember
what was the name of your video store?
I remember going
like
to the
family video or something like that.
Yeah, I remember going to the video store, but yeah, we didn't have like.
There might have been a Blockbuster. I think it
We
was family.
we had a Blockbuster. Yeah, I went to Blockbuster to like get videos and stuff like that. Yeah,
And
we did that all.
games, too.
We had Hollywood Video. I remember that was one of my. It was on the other side of town.
Yeah, Blockbuster was clearly king, but then I think it was Hollywood Video. Then Family Video, I think, was next. But then you would have like the mom and pops, and
there were just people that like sold. I think there was like an independent video store like in my town. I can't remember the name of it though, but I remember it was tough doing that with an older brother and a younger sister. When you're a middle kid, trying to get what movie you want is just never gonna happen.
You couldn't pick.
No. Because you always have the thing where it's like, well, he's the oldest. He gets to make the decision. Well,
You're probably picking some like instructional video, like how to mix cement.
No, but well, my brother. I remember whenever we got to rent video games from Blockbuster, it'd be infuriating because my brother would be like, "Let's get the new Madden." I'm like, "It's just football every single time." It's like, can we get something else? And he'd be like, "What has new players?" I'm like, "Okay, we can go color a picture of somebody wearing a different jersey."
Dude, the video store, I mean, that's truly one of the great lost pieces of culture. It was amazing.
I could believe that would come back though.
Well, I mean,
That's one of those weird hipster things like record stores. I could see that coming back.
the issue is like, I mean, as somebody who owns hundreds and hundreds of VHS tapes, taking up a lot of room, as my wife would say. But she likes that stuff too. But it's like, what if I were to like open up a spot? I would also have to like hand out the VCRs because how are people going to play these things?
Yeah.
Like, I guess most people, you could do it with Blu-rays and DVDs, but because most people would still have Xboxes and PlayStations. I hope it comes back. Dude, it used to be so much fun to like go to a video store and just walk around and like, because you don't really get the choices you think you do on a streaming service.
Yeah.
If you really take like 10 minutes and go through all the movies on Netflix, it ain't that many.
Yeah. Also, it's easier, I think, in a video store because you can kind of look at everything and see it.
Yeah, sure. And like, I feel like streaming services are only really showing you like top tier stuff, which is like fine. Like, but it's like a lot of Oscar bait movie. It's like, I love like exploitation films and stuff like that, which they don't care about.
You're limited when it comes to a streaming service because they just don't care about movies, I guess. Like they're not passionate about it.
Yeah, there's not like a manager who's like, "Oh, we should get this in the store." You know, like
Yeah,
seeking out
absolutely.
You would like this or something like that.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, you would get up somebody who is curating things and like buying tapes. But like, dude, if I open up Netflix one more time and they're like, just added Forrest Gump, it's like, dude, who's watching?
That's a great Gary Goldman bit where he's like, he hates Blockbuster. He's like, their criminally loose definition of new releases. He's like, why is it a new release? Because it's in color. It's Braveheart, for God's sake.
But yeah, I mean, I just feel like young people, I mean, the movies have just died culturally, but it's because they're not seeing like fun stuff, you know? Most movies now feel like homework assignments.
Yeah.
You mean like some bikini car wash company too? No, that's a picture.
It's like, that's a big thing. We don't call people on their day off. So I was like, grab me if I need something.
Yeah. So you need a new job? Were you canned?
No. I'd walk in and be like, "Great news, guys! Aiden, you're not getting paid."
I mean, have you been canned from a job?
Yeah, I've been laid off before. I've never been fired, but I have been laid off.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of like that, that was what's so funny to me is like just being a guy like when the video stores went away, you just showed to Blockbuster and they were like, "We're shutting it down. Sorry." And then, yeah, I've been laid off before. I got laid off from the newspaper when I worked there.
Mm-hmm.
That was like,
I'm sorry.
it's so funny.
I just like instantly pictured him with like the hat with like press.
I know. First of all, I was picturing you as like a boy going through the neighborhood, and then second of all, it just
I was a writer for the newspaper.
we're talking. Oh, okay. We're talking about video stores, and then you're like, yeah, laid off from the newspaper. It's like we saw that coming.
It's a dying industry.
Caleb McCraw, Charleston Beacon News.
It's a dying industry. It's unfortunate.
What is not a dying industry?
Yeah,
It's true.
I mean,
It's all terrible.
It's bleak, man. It's bleak.
Yeah, my dad, he worked at a place that made film, I think is what they did, and he got laid off. I remember he literally like walked to work. He drove to work, and then he walked in. They were like, "Yeah, we're shutting it down." And he just like drove back home.
I've always wanted that. I've always wanted. I've always wanted to work at a place, and I might have, but I'm no longer there. Where they're just like, because every day I would. I'm not going to name the place, but every day I would be like,
"It's over. It's over." Like people,
yeah, like going in and just waiting for like the doors to be locked. And my buddy, one of my good friends, the crime novelist J.D. O'Brien, wants to be on the pod, by the way. Shout out to him. Very good book called Zigzag. But he used to work at. I think I'm allowed to say this. He used to work at Girls Gone Wild. He was a writer for their magazine. I was in the magazine once, by the way.
Doing what?
Profiled.
Doing what?
Nice pair.
Local perv.
No, my original, my first sketch group pre-Flop Sweat. We were highlighted. But anyway,
Pre something else.
huh?
Pre something else. Since it was in the Girls Gone Wild magazine.
Yeah, sure. Nice keeping it clean joke.
it's a thinker.
Yeah.
I like to listen. If you're gonna come see me, you're gonna laugh, but you will think, and I feel like I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
But I hope I'm allowed to say all this. But he had these great stories of working at that place, and obviously that's like a crazy, corrupt kind of place. That he said sometimes they went in and employees would be handed bats, like baseball bats, to like destroy like hard drives.
Oh God!
Like so, like the workday was just people just like like crazy, like hilarious. Yeah, so I always kind of want to work in an environment like
Just
that.
a crazy environment, like just like a place where just crime is happening.
Where your like CEO is like on the run, you know? Like,
Well, that's what they said that about. There was a Dark Side of the Ring. If you've never watched it, it's a great documentary series. They did one on the UWF, which is was a famous like this like crazy like Wall Street. They don't even know what he did. They just like it was a guy that had a bunch of money. His name was like Marv something, but he like could pay all these wrestlers like exorbitant amounts of money to be on a show, and then like they said like if the first few shows went fine, then eventually he was like, "Hey, I'll get that money to you next week. Hey, like it's coming, I promise. I got a couple people that need to pay me stuff," and eventually he just was gone. He was in the wind.
yeah.
And they said like I remember they interviewed Mick Foley, and they were like, "So yeah, when he died, what'd you think?" He was like, "I have never seen his body. I have no clue if that's true."
Wow.
He was like, I would 100% believe he's still out there somewhere, and he's gonna come back because that's the guy he is.
Yeah, I mean, I hope it's not for anything serious, but I wouldn't mind being on the run a little bit.
Being on the run?
That sounds like fun, you know?
It'd be cool just like have people looking for it. Just don't show up to a show one time. People will be like, "Where's Mike at?" And just to get the experience, like they'll be asking people. It's like, "Have you seen him?" I don't know.
I don't
Can
know.
I have his spot?
Yeah, I haven't seen Mike. Is he not going to be here? Can I do an extra 5?
yeah, that's it.
I was speaking of. I don't know if I think I could tell this story.
Have you ever no showed like just no showed a job,
dude? I've been the worst employee of many different places.
I want to hear one of these stories. The no call, no show.
I mean, that's like, yeah, I mean, I used to be, in college, I was like a cook at like, a small like bar restaurant. Like I was the main cook. That's how bad this place was. And I like used to just make up dishes. I'd be like, I'm going to do this. And the guy who ran it was this guy from like literally from like Macedonia. And the place was a total front because he used to have like backroom like poker games.
Oh yeah,
That's sick.
And so I was like the all day cook, and we were open, but we were like building towards this like kind of re-grand opening sort of. And the re-grand opening was such a shit show. And he and I like ended up because like orders were like lining up, and I was overwhelmed. I was the only guy back there.
Yeah.
So I'm just making all this stuff, and he would come back and he'd be like, "Where is the food?" You know? And we ended up in a legit like throwing things fight, like throwing like kitchen equipment at each other, like during business hours.
God, the last time a Greek and a Macedonian had thrown stuff at each other.
Yeah, this was like generational hate.
It was spears to defend the city of Sparta.
my great grandfather's ghost like entered my body, and
What all did you throw? Like,
oh, dude,
baskets,
I'm throwing like spatulas, ladles, pans. He's throwing them back at me. The tickets are still ringing up like that. You know, like,
It's crazy because like this seems like a terrible restaurant. Why are there
I'm
so
like-
many people?
I'm
there?
like 19 years old. Like, just
Why are there? That's like anytime it's something like a stressful job, you're like that. You have that thought. You're like, this is a terrible place. Why are there so many people here?
yeah, it was like, I mean, it was like small town Ohio. There wasn't like, I think they were all excited. So we're throwing stuff at each other. Like the waitresses are like dodging like stuff to get their food, you know? And finally, like he like is
You're
like, what?
still serving the
Yeah, we're still serving. Those chicken tenders got to get out. Yeah.
Sorry, our Greek cook is having a meltdown.
I was defending my honor. And
This a meltdown. This hasn't been seen by a Mediterranean quite like this since Vesuvius went off. So
what's so eventually the fight stopped. He like goes out, you know, do damage control, and then I just like because I got resentment issues, I let all these tickets just come up, and I just placed them on the thing, you know, and then I just left. I went out the back door.
I like it.
Yeah. And a couple days later, I had to show up to get my last check. And here's how like the crazy, like, again, these like Eastern European bloc or like kind of people wasn't mad at me at all. He was like, "How are you doing? Here's your check. If you want to come back, you can come back." And I was like, round two?
He wanted to get his lick on you. Also,
Yeah.
who threw the first thing?
I really can't remember.
that means Mike did.
Yeah, I probably did. Well, I think
You were 19. I imagine you were probably the first one to throw.
Oh, dude, I was cracking beers back there too. I mean, no, it probably was me. If I remember correctly, I think I didn't throw something at him, but it was like taken that way.
Yeah,
And then things just started
you
playing.
like threw something like near him. But you
Yeah.
didn't throw it at him.
But
I've
then it came out.
I've done something like that before. Like not necessarily like a work thing, but like you've been mad at somebody and you just like throw something like towards them, and then they're like, then that immediately escalates it because you're not.
Because
Yeah.
you're letting them know.
You're letting them know. You're
Yeah.
letting them know. I mean,
But I've been terrible at all sorts of jobs. In high school, we did like lawn service, you know, and dude, that's a terrible job because you would just carry these huge bags of mulch all day at like an apartment complex. And I remember like I would come home and take a shower afterwards, and I'd have to like, I was just like shooting snot rockets of mulch out of my nose. Like it was terrible. And then one time we were working a complex not far from, it was like in my parents' neighborhood, and I just dipped out and like took a nap and like came back, and they were like, "You're fired because we know you were gone." You know, I'm 16. But with that place, what was crazy about that job was we had a legit fight club at lunch. So at lunch, all the guys would sit in a circle, and two people would get in that circle and just like fight.
oh my god, this just sounds.
And I got pinned pretty hard. It was pretty embarrassing. Guy just put his knee into my chest, you know, and I couldn't get up, and you can't do anything. And everyone was laughing at me.
Yeah, you don't
Good
carry
times.
that resentment. That's not why you fought that Macedonian guy.
But the big one, and again, I think we're okay, statute of limitations, but I worked at and this will go into the next segment, but I worked at let's just say, chain restaurant, like we'll just, you know what I mean, in New Orleans. And it was run by I do have to set the stage a little bit. These two guys who owned the franchise were two of the worst human beings I've ever met. Like total racists, like just terrible people. And I'm saying that not to justify what I did, but like nobody cares that I did it to these guys. But I used to, this chain restaurant was so popular. We'd be so busy and it was huge. Like on a Saturday night, there would be maybe like 10 plus waiters, right? But we only had 2 very old POS systems.
Oh, that's
so yeah. So it was really bad. So you would go to this POS system, and there would be like a line of servers waiting to use it. Right. I was buddies with one of the servers who was a heroin addict, and
at a restaurant.
Yeah, at a restaurant. Yeah. And he liked me because I kind of took care of him a little bit. Like I would pre-shift, like go into the bathroom and like, you know, on the stall door, and he'd be like, have a needle in his arm and just like zoinked out, you know? And I'd be like, hey man, shift's about to start. So I was on his.
It's so funny that he was on time.
Yeah, well, I think he might have been there all the time actually. But if you catch my drift. But so he liked me. So he at some point was like, he's like, hey, I'm gonna clue you in on a little trick that he called floating drinks. So let's say
You know, my heroin addict is like, I'm going to clue you in on something I'm doing. Don't.
Yeah. And he was like, don't tell anybody else this. I'm only telling you. So floating drinks was like, if I had a 4 top, right? And 4 people sat down, I would go over to them and be like, what do you want to drink? You know? And then for simplified purposes, all 4 of them want a Coca-Cola, right? So then I would go to the POS system. And normally you would be like, okay, table 1, seat 1 wants a Coke. Seat 2 wants a Coke. Seat 3, you follow what I'm saying? But again, only 2 of these systems, whole line of people waiting to do stuff. Nobody cared. So I would just, you put it all on one seat. So I'd be like, seat 1, 4 Coca-Colas. Then I'd go back and I'd be like, what do you guys want to eat? They'd be like, cheeseburgers, right? So I'd go back, and again, no time to do anything. So I just do seat 1, 4 cheeseburgers. So the Cokes would add up to like $10. And altogether the burgers would add up to 40. So that's $50, right? So when it came time to close out the bill, I would give them their check. And if they paid me cash and said, keep the change, I would then go back to the POS system, open it up, move the Cokes from seat 1 to seat 2, then go back to seat 1 and close that out. So if it was a $50 tab and they gave me $60, right? $10 tip, moving those, I now made a $20 tip. And that's why he called it floating drinks, because you can just float those drinks. And the beautiful part of it was if they wanted change or paid with a credit card, I couldn't do it. So it kind of kept me a little like,
kept you above water.
Yeah, right. And nobody ever, and I did that for like a year. Dude, I made so much money and I wasted every penny. I like
all of it's gone.
All of that was gone. But I did that for a whole year. But again, the owners of that were terrible people, so I didn't really care.
Yeah. I've always been a good employee at my places. I have a horrible sense of responsibility, which is the most demoralizing thing about me. Is it like when someone's like, I'm quitting, you're like, come on, guys. I guess I'll pick up that extra shift.
Yeah. But have you ever like worked in a restaurant?
Yeah, I worked at Burger King and Bojangles when I was in high school.
What were you doing? Fry?
Yeah. I was working just frying fries and stuff like that. I remember people used to like, I don't know, Aiden, where did you work and stuff when you were like in high school? What did you do part-time?
My first job was, I was 16 and I found out later that it was illegal. It was at a bar. And I was like, mainly just busboy cleaning stuff, but like pretty often they would be like, hey, can you get a case of this or help us with that?
Mm.
And the guy would joke. He'd be like, "Hey, don't shave past Tuesday." Like he would just say, because I worked on the weekends. I thought he was joking, but then one day it was like, you're 19. You're 19.
That's funny. Yeah, but I worked at
He's giving you like a set of keys. Just act like these are yours.
yeah. But I remember. I worked at Burger King and stuff. And I remember when I was in high school, people would be like, "Why do you work at Burger King?" I'm like, "I'm 16. Like, what are you like? I'm not 30." It's like even like people I went to high school with, they're like, "I can't believe you work there." I'm like, "Yeah, well, that law firm didn't call me back, so I took what I could get." I was like, I went to a place and I was like, "Are you guys hiring?" They were like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Cool, I'll work here."
Can you eat Burger King to this day?
Not really. I don't that much anymore. I do sometimes, but like not really. It was. I remember working at Bojangles was fun. Like we got there and like made biscuits at like 5 a.m. It was crazy.
Their biscuits are good.
Their biscuits, they are homemade. That made from scratch stuff's no joke.
Yeah,
We used to get there so early. And then I worked at like a hardware store in college. That was fun.
That's cool.
Oh, dude, I worked at a hardware store. Again, terrible employee. Because I can't build anything. Like I never played with.
Dude, I was a great dude. I loved working in that hardware store. It was so much fun. To this day, the song American Band triggers me in a way because it was the first song on the playlist of like the store. So like I'd get to work and I would just hear and I would just be like, all right, let's get this thing rolling.
I worked at a hardware store the summer before college. So after senior year in high school. And the guy who ran the store, his name was Angelo. His wife, the entire summer was having a baby. Like everything worked out fine, but she was having all sorts of complications. Mm-hmm. So he would have to like leave all the time. And no joke, on my first day, he was like, I want you to put together a grill for for the front of the store. And that thing sat unmade, smack dab, like the minute you walked in was an unfinished grill for the entire summer. Because I can't build anything. I never played with Legos as a kid. And then
there's instructions. It's not that hard.
I would read because it was in kind of like a nicer neighborhood. So we, honest to God, were only busy right when we opened at 7 a.m. because all the construction guys would come in, and they never asked us for anything. So they would just run and grab what they needed. And then we would just sit around all day. I think I read like 3 books, including Where's Joe Merchant, the Jimmy Buffett book.
Yeah.
And then I had 2 coworkers the whole summer. One was a guy who's probably like my age. He was like a bald ginger.
Oh, God.
You want to talk about angry? The angriest guy to this day I've ever met. Like he legit got into multiple screaming matches with like, because the only other customers we would get were like the wives of the nice, the well-to-do families here who were like had like a scrapbooking project. And dude, he hated women because he was like getting divorced at the time. He legit told me never get married. He was like, it's a trap. But this guy, like, I would like occasionally look over at him and he was just like fuming at nothing. And then the second guy,
was he just mad that they like weren't real carpenters? Like, what was he?
This guy, no, he just, dude, clearly now being probably his age, just jammed up left and right. And nothing worked out for this guy. And he was like brilliant. He was like a very smart guy.
It was less about the store.
No, it had nothing to do with the store. It had everything to do with everything else on planet Earth.
Infuriating.
Yeah. Hobbs super smart. Like he would just talk about like history and
Hobbs has this joke about that, and I remember every time he says that, I think about my dad because my dad's that way. Yeah, my dad's a very smart person, and I just think all the time like it has to be infuriating for him because like he's very like aware of just like what's going on like with stuff, and he's just like he used to go. My dad would like go to like a factory and unload trucks, and he would just be like, and my dad would be like, I know like so many things, and I can't do anything with this information. It's making me infuriated.
It's why like not to bring up an old movie, but like Good Will Hunting could have been so much better because I know people like that who like work those kind of just blue collar jobs who are like brilliant people.
Yeah.
But they can't like
they don't know
they don't know how to make that into something.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's definitely. I feel like I know a lot of people back home that blue collar, very smart people, but I feel like it's the job is the job, and then like that is the. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Well, there's that too, because I think my dad's very much so like that. Because my dad like reminds me a lot of just like people like that, because he's always been very smart, and like he's one of the reasons I like to try and know so much, because my dad just knows a lot. Like he'll read just like random things, like he'll like he's like watches like documentaries and like the news just to keep up with stuff. And I remember I used to always say, I can't imagine how infuriating it is for him to know it's like, I'm in the situation and it's not entirely my fault, but I'm not quite smart enough to get out of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what that guy went through. Where it's
This guy definitely was personality based, because he's got to be dead, because I'm sure high blood pressure. Yeah, heart attack. And his hatred of women he's just peak. I mean, I couldn't believe it. The other guy was like my age, also in high school or just out of high school. And he was kind of a roly-poly type, just big baby fat face. Yeah. And he had Tourette's.
Oh God.
But not he I don't know if it was like this was the Tourette's or this was a coping device, because he didn't like break out into cursing and all that.
Well, that with Tourette's, people assume it's that, but like it really can be anything. Like it's just like it's a tick you can't control.
And I have a family member who has like a physical tick.
Yeah. So his tick was this.
Oh,
that like the gulp, even that was his tick. And dude, it was, I mean, I'm also 17, so I'm not like the greatest person. Like I just couldn't be around him. So I would try and like fake work in some other aisle, like every once in a while. Like it was like Jaws. Like I could hear when he was like coming closer.
But with gulps.
Yeah, it was just like oh my God, I'd like run to the other side of the hardware store. Another one more story about this was just because I remember it. Again, the mornings were always not busy and whatever. And I just was such a huge Howard Stern fan that I had the store to myself one morning, and I was like, I'm putting on Stern on the speakers. And lo and behold, now I'm turning into the redheaded ginger guy. But the minute I turned it on, I was listening to it, this pack of women walk in for something. And I couldn't, like, I had to help them, but I couldn't run back to turn the radio off. And so I'm like trying to get them out of there as quickly as I can. And Stern, of course, was talking to some bimbo about her fake breasts. And I just remember the women looking up.
In a hot dog catching contest.
and they complained. So yeah,
I've had that before at work where I was like by myself and I'm just like listening to like music that I like on the radio. And it's like, I like outside of Jimmy Buffett, I love like hardcore, like punk rock and stuff like that. And it's just like people screaming and like and horrible lyrics. And then people would just walk in and be like, what is this? And I'm like, sorry, I have to go in the back and do something real quick and just turn off the music. It's just I'm like, hi, can I help you find anything? And you're
Does anybody ever be like, oh, I love this band?
No, never. What are you talking about? People are like, what is this? Who are these people?
And what are they so angry about?
Yeah, exactly.
Reagan, he was great. But all right, to go back a little bit to those sort of restaurants, chain restaurant. I was thinking about it because I watched this video on Bennigan's. I love those types of restaurants.
I remember they talked about this on Are You Garbage? I thought those were the best, most successful restaurants and the best restaurants because they were everywhere.
Yeah.
And it was like, if Sal's Sandwiches was so good, they'd have a location in Antioch. Okay.
Right. But like a couple of weeks ago, my wife and I were talking about these, and we went to Applebee's. And you know what? It was good.
So good.
It was real good.
When my brother lived in Charleston with me, it was me and we would go to Applebee's every Friday. We called it Club Bees, and it was me and my roommates. And we were at Applebee's when Virginia lost to UMBC in that tournament. The first time a 16 seed beat a 1 seed. We were at an Applebee's watching that.
Oh, wow.
It was so funny. I remember it was hit and miss, but that's beside the point.
Yeah. So Applebee's was good. Actually, to this day, I've never been to an Olive Garden. That might be a
I've been to
episode
Olive
of
Garden.
Tasting Away again.
I've been to Olive Garden. I went to Olive Garden before my junior prom.
Oh, that's classic.
Yeah.
What you guys should do is the tasting away. It'll be your first time there.
Yeah.
And then you try. I guarantee there's something on that menu you have not had before in your life, and then you can try something new too.
The problem, I think I've only been to Applebee's. I mean, I've only been to Olive Garden probably like 3 times. It was the nice restaurant in town. We didn't go very often.
I 100%. I 100% think
Something chicken parmesan. Parmesan's a cheese. They hit that in the jig.
we definitely should do that. You should go with us.
Right on.
But the problem with the Olive Garden, the reason why I've never been to Olive Garden is like I love Italian food so much that like it's too much. It's like that's the thing, right? It's Italian food, and I'm just like, dude, I've been to some of the best Italian restaurants in the world. Like going to Applebee's and getting like mozzarella sticks and a burger.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean,
It's all. Yeah, it's all.
I'm sure they can do it.
eventually.
Yeah, but like to get like their, I don't even know what Olive Garden, what kind of pasta they do. To me, it's like always fettuccine Alfredo.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say seafood Alfredo, chicken Alfredo.
Yeah, it's just like that's like
Eggplant Parmesan.
Looking back
heat-
now,
that's
that was a
heat.
bad one to get before prom because you had to get then there's a lot of moving around.
just a belly full of cream.
But there were so many people from my high school there. I remember it was so funny because like everybody was there, and you're like, dang, we all just had the same idea. We were like, this
yeah,
is,
I think that's like a common. Yeah.
That was your junior prom?
yeah.
My junior prom, my buddy Jonathan and I skipped, and we stayed home and played NBA, whatever the N64 version
Yeah.
was.
NBA Jam or something.
NBA Jam. We played that all night.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. But what? Because like, okay, so like or Olive Garden's Italian, right? Bennigan's is Irish. You know, your people. TGI Fridays. Did we talk about this before? Please God, no. Because I just read about this.
Yes.
We did.
Yes.
The singles restaurants.
Yep.
Okay, so moving on. Good. Gotta lay off the weed. I gotta lay off the weed and YouTube. I think
repeat the story for like the 5th time. This is crazy. Like, you've told us the same thing. This is
It's a good fun fact.
it's gonna be hilarious when we find out it's dementia.
you didn't even play football. This is crazy.
But okay, so
Yeah, that Fight Club really messed you up, dude.
I've been tuned up a few times, and it might be showing. So, all right, if you
I'm sorry. It's just so funny. Thank God Aiden's here.
TGI Fridays check, okay.
I mean, that's a clip.
You were gonna do it again. Oh God.
All right, so Malcolm X.
All right. Anyways,
Let's do. I want to do because I think what's great about those restaurants are the apps, right?
Yeah.
So I want to do top 10 like appetizers.
Okay.
So I wrote down a bunch. I think all three of us can sort of vote on this.
I'm gonna come in hot with one. I don't know if you have it on there. Like kettle chip, like nachos. You ever had those? Like they're kind of like potato skins, but like they're like the really thin. We had them at this restaurant in Gaffney called Daddy Joe's. They call them shag chips, but it's just like kettle chips with like cheese, bacon bits, and chives on them. I always like those a lot.
Oh, that does sound pretty good.
Loaded
Yeah.
kettle chips.
Yeah, loaded chips or something like that. Like a loaded chips, not necessarily nachos, but loaded chips.
Sounds pretty good.
A lot of appetizers are potato based.
Yeah. Well, I think the TGI Fridays potato skins are legit amazing.
Yeah.
Have you ever had those?
Yes.
Yeah, they're so good.
Very good.
And I think like the sampler at a TGI Fridays is top tier. Because if you can get, because they're mozzarella sticks. Mozzarella sticks, I think, is number one.
Mozzarella sticks is
What
number
is
one.
your list? Did you say you had a list?
Well, I didn't really know how to do this list, and this guy's pulling out something off Route 9.
yeah.
I was trying to keep it universal, but
I just was saying.
That's an honorable mention. We'll call it.
I was saying like loaded like kettle chips is like
Loaded fries.
loaded kettle chips is what I was gonna say because I don't know if I've seen other restaurants do that. They all just call it something different. That's what I mean.
Mhm. So
But yeah,
mozzarella sticks would be my number one.
What's your dipping sauce for mozzarella sticks?
Oh, you know what? Honey mustard.
Whoa.
That's crazier than you repeating the same story. That's insane.
I thought it was between ranch and marinara.
Yeah,
sure.
ranch is the way to go.
No, I'm not a ranch guy.
I like both. I don't mix them or anything crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Ranch is the way to go, though.
I'm not a ranch guy. I'm a blue cheese gal.
Of course
Ooh,
you
I
are.
love blue cheese.
Yeah,
but
blue
with wings.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm not a marinara guy. Again, light sauce.
Yeah.
I'm all about
I think that's what it is. I just don't like marinara sauce. I don't really care, but yeah, I don't like marinara.
because it's. I mean, obviously, it can be good, but it's very often just like, bleh, you know.
Mhm.
And I'm a vodka sauce guy, dude. I had a dream. 2 nights ago, I woke up from a dream of having like a spicy vodka pasta dish.
Mhm.
My favorite one is at John and Vinny's in LA. And my wife used to work there with them, and she made it. She spent all day making a vodka sauce, and it was so good. Which is why when I threw her under the bus on that reel, I really had to make amends.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So mozzarella sticks is number one, probably. I'd say. What else? I'm trying to think what else we might have.
What is mozzarella sticks your number one?
It's not okay. Not universally is it going to be number one, but one of my favorite things to get at a place that I like would be like calamari. I really like it.
Ooh, I have calamari on here. Okay.
Is
But why don't we do it? Why don't we do each other?
calamari an appetizer?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You'd have octopus as an appetizer?
very common.
Now, how do you like the calamari? Because that's a very
To add on to this list, I've never had calamari.
Right.
Ooh. Does Margaritaville Frozen Foods make a? I think they do make a
They
calamari.
have to make calamari.
Oh yeah, I think they do. Ooh, that's gonna be a good app. Would you say that's your number one calamari?
Yeah, I'll go.
Isn't that octopus?
or squid?
That's
Now, normally it's breaded, which saves you on visually, you know. But I've had it where it's not breaded.
I've had it both ways. I like it like a light fry, not like a maybe tempura. I don't know, something like that, but like a light crunch to it.
eating an octopus. What are you, King Kong, in that one movie where he eats the giant octopus? That's crazy.
So I think this is how we'll do it. We'll do our top 5. We'll go
Okay.
through it. Are your kettle chip concoctions?
They have it.
Where's that on your list?
They have calamari.
They have calamari.
All right.
Tasting
It's
away.
mixed
We're gonna be
calamari,
eating calamari. Get ready, people. I'd probably go. I'd go mozzarella sticks.
So that's your number one.
Yeah, mozzarella sticks is definitely number one. I would go. Let's see.
What's your number 2?
Probably like kettle chips or something like that, like loaded kettle chips. I think after that, I'd probably go with like a quesadilla or something like that. Some sort of quesadilla. And then that's 3, right?
Yeah.
I would probably go like some sort of onion rings and then
fried pickles.
and fried pickles. Yeah, big fried pickles.
Yeah. 5.
I'd probably swap onion rings and fried pickles.
So that's your 5?
Yeah.
Your Caleb's 5 is mozzarella sticks, loaded shag kettle chips.
They're loaded chips. It's a thing that it's a real thing in restaurants. Shag chips, guys. Daddy Joe's. If you're ever in Gaffney, go swing by.
Then we're going with quesadilla,
Quesadilla.
onion rings, fried pickles. That's your 5.
Mhm.
Aiden, what do you got? What's your what?
All right, I'll go. I have calamari down.
Mhm.
Also fried pickles.
Is that your 2?
Squid.
Like in order.
If you can, or I guess it doesn't really matter.
Okay, here, let me just throw them all out there. I do really like nachos, like shared nachos, that kind of thing. And here's a random one. Fried green tomatoes. So that's 4. Need one more.
What joint is serving those?
Actually, a place where I'm from, there's a place called 1816. Incredible. But you can get them.
Have you guys been to a Chili's?
Southern fried around here though? And then I need one more. Hell, I don't know.
It's coming to the table. A waitress, 40 plus, recently divorced.
You haven't said mozzarella sticks yet.
On her,
Oh yeah, mozzarella sticks. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's good.
okay, interesting. Before I give mine, no, let me think here. Okay, number 1's obviously mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Shout out to Zany's. Good mozzarella sticks.
Very good mozzarella
Yeah,
sticks.
I love
Good
those.
sticks.
Huh?
Good sticks.
Yeah, good sticks. Then I would probably go. I mean, I'm still in the world of cheese, like chips and queso.
Yeah.
I don't like chips and salsa, just like something to do. But I think guacamole is overrated.
Yeah. I'm
Right?
not a big guacamole guy
I'm not a big guacamole guy.
Also, never had guacamole.
How can you say you're not a guacamole? I love guacamole.
Never had it. I've never had it.
Okay, making a note of that. Then I gotta go.
I've been in a room with an avocado. You gotta think that.
Oh yeah, sure. Then I'm going the potato skins,
Yeah.
which is where I would introduce the ranch element. That's the only time I like ranch is with a potato skin. And then, dude, have you ever had like fried mushrooms?
I honestly, that was
Yeah.
almost my fifth.
Also a ranch accompaniment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fried mushrooms are great. And then to top it off, I would go boneless wings.
Boneless wings. Do boneless wings count as an appetizer?
I almost said wings, but I was afraid to get hit with the same thing.
No, because they're 100% because they would be
they
on,
are on the apps.
yeah, they would be on
Yeah.
in a sampler. You would get the wings.
I thought about onion rings too, because it's a lot more as a side, but yeah.
Some that we didn't mention that I never think work, sliders.
Sliders, yeah.
Sliders are never good. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway, barometer soup. Holy cow. Folks, call NASA because we just broke the space-time continuum. That's wild.
We talked. That include me. Does that include when I stepped?
That was 2 minutes that you stepped out. So really, we're at
A
46.
blip, a blip on the radar there. Well, let's hear it for Pride Pickles, everybody. That's
Let's go ahead. You know what? We'll cover it next episode.
oh my gosh. Okay. Well, hey, some are going to be marathon eps.
Yeah, you know. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in.
I mean, look, it's not like our listeners aren't appetizer people
Yeah.
and haven't been the worst at an occupation. So I mean, this is stuff that they can relate to. All right, so we're talking about barometer soup for this episode. Let's quickly run down barometer soup.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that before we need to get out.
No,
of here.
because this one actually needs to be talked about a little bit because this was it's from the album also called Barometer Soup from 1995. It was
Firmly in bald billionaire face.
yeah, we're
Yes, I
definitely
was
in
gonna
bald
say,
billionaire face.
When I listened, that was my first thought. I was like, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Very a very highly produced song, kind of like what we talked about with Love and Luck. A lot of going on here.
Yeah.
I love this song actually.
Yeah, I think it's really good too. I actually like it a lot. It was very much so like it was very I don't know, like I loved the instrumentation of it, like the steel drums, the marimbas. I loved all that stuff because I feel like you don't hear that a lot in Jimmy Buffett's music. At least not that I pay attention to.
Yeah.
And it was very cool to see that kind of take a front seat as opposed to just being in the background. It was very much like a lead instrument on it.
A lot of people got a good paycheck off of this song and this album.
Yeah, Aiden said it was like you could tell that like a lot of money was spent on.
Oh,
this
it
one.
definitely. It sounded. A lot of things he does sounds like that. It sounds like, oh, these are real people in the room. That's how I would describe it.
Can you imagine getting like a royalty check 30 years later because you played Triangle on a Jimmy Buffett tune?
They got day rates.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody in the 70s was thinking that far ahead. They were all working at that restaurant with you. So,
And we're not the only ones to think this is a great song because this song reached all the way to number 6
in
on
1995,
1995's Billboard 200. Do you want to guess? It was the week of, I'm going to say August. Yeah, here we go. August 19th, 1995 is when it reached number 6. Do you want to guess the number 1 song of that week?
Can I have any hints?
Yes. Let me think of how to give you that hint. Okay.
Was it a band or a singer or a person?
No, it was a group.
A group.
I won't say a band. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah, it's a group.
It was a group, one of whom is no longer with us.
One of whom is no longer with us. It was a group, one of whom is no longer with us. Huh. Who would that be? Was it...
And this is hard, so you can ask. I'll give you hints.
It's like an R. It was a type of music. Was it like an R&B group?
Yes.
Was it? I think I know the is the. I'm trying to think. I think I can get it. I really do think I can.
I know. I actually can. I can feel the brain
Did
waves.
this person pass recently?
No,
Oh dang!
it wasn't D'Angelo. Rest in peace.
That's what I was thinking. It was D'Angelo, and I was trying to think if he
No,
was.
but he was a solo artist. This is a group. One of whom recently or is dead. Let me give you one more sort of. They had multiple hits.
It was an R&B group, you said?
Yeah, and they were very popular. They had this wasn't a one hit
Was it
wonder.
Boys to Men, End of the Road?
No.
Is there any, can you give me another hint?
The members of the group all had fun names.
Fun names?
Yeah.
I don't know. What is it?
TLC.
TLC? Oh, man.
Waterfalls.
Waterfalls by
Yeah.
TLC?
Yeah. You know, T-Boz.
It's
Left
really,
Eye.
Yeah, Left Eye and Chili. It's crazy because, like, when you say R&B, maybe this is just me being misogynistic. I think of men all the time when someone says R&B.
Well, that's you being misogynistic because TLC, they were a powerhouse.
They were a powerhouse.
They were 1984. They were also in House Party 3. Good picture.
You've brought up House Party 3 more than once.
Okay. Marking it down. House Party 3. There we go. Yeah, Waterfalls. But yeah, Jimmy got all the way to number 6.
That's in the regular charts.
That's the regular
That's
Billboard 200.
Wild.
Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah, this was because this was like the what would you call it? Not resurgence, but like he was back.
Yeah,
he was like a real deal, like
Mhm.
a big name.
He did that thing like Bruce Springsteen did, where it's like he got into like touring hardcore, and like people who were like older and now had money to like
Yeah.
spend were going to see him again.
because he had done fruitcakes the
Yeah.
year before, and that was a huge hit. And then he was like, yeah, he rolled right into Barometer Soup,
Mhm.
and obviously we'll talk about the other songs on Barometer Soup, but there's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, there are some pretty good ones. Yeah, I was looking through the little album, the track listing, and it seemed like it was going to be a pretty good album.
Yeah. Of course, on the cover, I think is an airplane,
Yeah,
the Hemisphere Dancer.
yeah, that's his airplane. Yeah,
Yeah, which is now I think still hanging up outside of the Margaritaville on Universal Studios, the studio walk there,
Mhm.
because it got shot. It got shot down.
Really?
Yeah, from Jamaica police.
Oh yeah, I've heard that story. Yeah,
Him and Bono and someone else. They
Jamaican police can shoot down a plane.
yeah,
I don't even know if American police are allowed to do that.
they definitely did. They thought they were smugglers, and they brought that thing down. Thankfully, nobody was hurt.
Yeah.
Have you ever had any interest in flying? Are you a good flyer?
Yeah, I like flying and stuff like that. I've never had any. I mean, if you were going to give me my pilot's license, yeah, I'd do it. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just always been. I never really thought of a way to do it. So
If you, let's say this pod, and it will, takes off and we all get rich, are you going to buy a boat, or are you going to buy any like transportation?
I might buy a boat. Yeah, I'd probably buy a boat.
Mm.
I'd probably move to like the coast.
Okay, then the podcast is over. I mean,
I'd probably move to the coast.
well, good to know you're going to cash in the chips right away and leave me holding the bag. That's cool.
Once everything bad Mike's done finally catches up with him, I'm not going to be here. Me and
Okay.
Aiden will be living down in the Keys.
Yeah.
God, that's where I want to live.
Mike-
My wife hates Florida. It's going to take a lot of convincing.
Yeah, it's not really Florida.
Huh?
It's not really
the Keys.
Florida.
Yeah, I know, right? Do you know what you would name your boat?
What would I name my boat? I'm trying to think. I might just do like a play on just like a pirate ship. I might name it like the Queen Anne's Revenge or something like that. I think that'd be cool.
I had a buddy in college. He's still my friend. But his dad bought a boat, and it was right after my friend dropped out of college. He only went for 1 year, freshman year. And then his dad bought a boat, and he named it the instead of. And it legit was like instead of paying for college, instead of paying all that. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and also we never were allowed on it. Multiple times this guy was like, "Hey, let's go to the lake and we can go on my dad's boat." And I specifically remember, like, we all went to the beach, and his dad was somewhere, and then my friend came walking back, and he was like, "My dad said the waters are too choppy," and I was like, "What are you talking about?"
It's a lake.
Yeah, it's a lake. Your boat can't survive anyway. Oh, another one little piece of trivia. Another song in the top 5 of that week was Seal's "Kiss from a Rose." Do you know the lyrics to that song?
There is a great tower alone on the sea.
Okay, you know all of them. Is it like a karaoke song of yours?
I've just heard it so many times.
But do you know?
I was a big Batman Forever
Wait.
guy.
Yeah. One of the weirdest soundtracks of all time, right?
Yeah.
That's like that song is from that, and then the Smashing Pumpkins, but wait, can you keep going? Because I learned something.
I just know that's the opening line. There's a great tower alone on the sea. And
Can you finish this line? This is from the chorus. And now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom.
on your face.
No.
I know
You
the
know it?
rhythm for it, but
Yeah. I always thought it was now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. That's not what it is. On the gray. Doesn't make any sense.
that doesn't make any.
Yeah.
it doesn't make
Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the gray. Seal.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? I don't even know what that means. On the gray? Song stinks. But he did bag Heidi, what's her face?
Klum.
Yeah. Good on you, brother.
Mad respects from the guys at Coming Monday.
Well, you got anything else?
That'll be it. That's it for me. Can't wait to hear that story again tomorrow.
I think maybe I'll just clip the 10 minutes we talked about the barometer soup for the people who want to skip ahead.
That was so funny. I could tell. I was like, we've been talking for so long. I was like, we haven't even gotten to the
I take apps very seriously, so I can get lost in a...
Oh man, that was so funny. This is eventually just guys, thanks for listening. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. Be sure to email comingmondaypod@gmail.com for any questions, any stories you may have. Also, our advice column, changes in latitude, changes
We're here
in
to help.
attitudes.
Yeah.
We are here to help. Mike, go ahead and close us out.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening, and make sure to check out our next episode coming Monday.